Beanie, your host. This is Transcend Breaking Boundaries. I'm Beanie, your host. I want to start by welcoming everyone. I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to this, and I hope that you stay tuned for the foreseeable future. Just list off a couple of things about myself. I am transgender. I am also pansexual. I'm also a military vet. I'm also a divorcee. Is that how you say it? Is that the word? A divorcee. I am also a hospitality lover. And I say lover because I've worked in hospitality for almost 20 years of my life. Bartender, server, all the way up to manager. I've also done some consulting work as well. I guess I just want to point out that this is the intro video. I'm gonna give you you're getting a little background information about me as to why I down the line you'll realize what the purpose of this is for. And I mean, it'll go just to say the reason why I'm doing this is to have the conversations, the uncomfortable conversations, start the conversations, change the current culture dynamic that is America. And I mean, just doing my part, I guess. I've been transitioning. I've been on hormones for 16 years, 17 years. All right, baby girl. Need to my baby. Need to my baby. Okay, baby. Okay. This here's Cookie. She likes to make sure she gets all her body belly rubs and all that good stuff. Cookie Monster, say hi, baby. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi to the camera, Cookie Monster. You already barked. You're not gonna say hi. Hey, pretty baby girl. So yeah, I've been transitioning for about. I've been on hormones for 16 years. And it was very easy, honestly. The doctors thought when I went to the clinic in San Diego to start taking testosterone, the doctors had already thought I was on hormones because of how deep my voice already was and my body build. So it was very easy for me to start. I didn't have to. A lot of things around my transition was very easy because I didn't have to get my name changed. And because I didn't have to get my name changed, my name is very unisex because I didn't have to get my name changed. Actually, my name is, it's Nigerian and it's actually a boy's name. My family didn't realize that when they named me, but I didn't have to do certain things. That being said, I recently didn't get my birth certificate changed until 2 years ago because I didn't have to get my name changed. And my license, when I went to get my license for the first time, not the first time, when I went to go get my license, because I had, a little peach fuzz and my voice was already deep, although my birth certificate at the time said female, the lady at the DMV looked at it like, well, this must be a mistake, and instantly just changed it to male. So then I never really had to worry about it when it came to my license. My license has always said male on it as well. So, there were certain things about my transition that's been pretty easy. The length of time it took for me to finally get top. I mean, there were some things that were difficult though. It took a very long time, longer than I would have liked for me to get top surgery. At the same time, though, healthcare being provided to trans individuals is still very new. Gender affirming healthcare is still very new. So that also contributes to why it did take so long for me to get surgeries. I didn't start my bottom surgery procedures like 2 years ago or till last year, and I still have about 4 more procedures to go. So, it definitely is a process, and I'm nowhere really close to being finished. I first realized that I wanted to be a male when I was 15. And when I had looked up the whole process of doing it, I realized that's when I needed to have my parents' consent, for therapy and all that stuff in order for me to start hormones. And I knew that wasn't going to be the case. I really only have one supportive parent. The rest, and my siblings are supportive. A lot of my family, it's more. I mean, they care in a sense because we're family, but I feel like the majority of them don't respect the trans community or transgender individuals in general. So, I mean, that's just my take on it. And again, I'm not close to my family either, so who knows? Honestly, I made it that way for a reason. I started transitioning while I was in the military. Was it the best time? It was for me because I just honestly, like everything that I was going through with the military, and I just saw it as if I don't. I mean, I was in the guard too, so it was fairly simple. At the same time, I really wasn't going to be. I was only had to show up once a weekend. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like it was going to be hard to do that. But I mean, I was living in San Diego with my girlfriend at the time, and my girlfriend at the time was super supportive. She was like die hard supportive, and I feel like that's also what contributed to me deciding to go ahead and go through with it because of the support that she gave me. I mean, I was in for 7 years, almost 7 years. So me transitioning while in the military wasn't that bad, and this was way before transgenders are even starting to be accepted. Now, it's I'm happy for the progress that has happened. I do feel like more effort can be done. Currently, right now, I live out of my van, traveling around. I'm a big fan of music festivals, so I go to a lot of those. And this year is probably most of my life I've been stealth. Most of my life I've decided to live in the shadows while I transition because society at large isn't really understanding or have these like expectations for trans individuals as if we owe y'all something. And I didn't want to live my life like that. But now I don't want to live my life feeling like I got to continue to hide. And I mean, it could be a big part of the reason why that is possibly because I've had bottom surgery now. I mean, I'm not out here wearing a sign on my back that says I'm trans or anything like that. But I no longer bite my tongue, and I hold different. The conversations that I hold are different now when it pertains to trans individuals and trans in society. Before, because of dysphoria, and I didn't want people questioning, wondering, and because I mean, it has been done. My journey through transition, there were parts that were easy, and there were parts that have not been. I've been the victim of a hate crime. I've been assaulted, all that stuff. But I feel like a major reason of why I hid was, not only am I trans, but I'm also black. So when you're black and trans in America, it's not easy, especially not in white America. It is not easy. And I decided to take the route of blending in, but doing that created a lot of unhappiness and anger in my life that it took me quite some time to fight past. And I think it was during 2020 actually is when I decided I mean, because there was so much happening in 2020. And I want to say like what it was a friend asked me to speak in a group about being trans and black, and that was the first time I had spoke to anyone other than like those I've been intimate with or like those outside of the military. I was open with about the fact that I'm trans, and that's also when I decided that I no longer wanted to navigate life hiding or blending in. So I it's taken some time, but I figured out what it is that I want to do and how I want to contribute and help. You know, you this picture back here of my granny. I never had a safe place other than her. Her home and being with her was the only time I ever felt safe. So because of her and what she's done, that is why I want to do this, provide this. I mean, and have these conversations. I want to be able to provide safe spaces for other people, especially trans people, especially people in the LGBTQIA plus community, because it's needed. I mean, our country is just regressive. I mean, we is going backwards, man. It's my Atlanta, we going backwards. It's insane. It's so insane. And I don't want to be the one that just sits and just watches it anymore, you know? I want to figure out how I can help and what can be done. And perhaps maybe these conversations is what can be done. That being said, you know, stuff began hard and these conversations gonna be tough. And that is why now I do the things that I enjoy doing in my life, which is traveling, getting the flippaducks on the road, going to these music festivals, meeting these awesome people that I've met thus far. I mean, I went to Burning Man this for the first time this year. Can't wait to go again. I went to Europe. I went to Pride in Madrid. I'm going to Alaska to go see the Northern Lights. Taking this picture with me because Granny deserves to see it too. I'm going to Budapest. I'm about to live my life. And I didn't because I thought I needed to conform to what society expected from a black trans man. But, nah, buddy. That ain't for me. I'm Beanie. This is Transcend Breaking Boundaries. Peace.